Hello. Hello. My name is Lorraine, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the Tuesday World Meditation. Tonight, you join me from my home in the United Kingdom. This sacred time and space is devoted to our shared practice of entering stillness together and of giving together. Let us first surround and protect ourselves with the love, the grace, the power, and the presence of God. Before we begin the meditation, I'd like to share a passage from the new message about practice. As we are on the cusp of the Messenger's Vigil, I thought it would be appropriate to go back to the fundamentals and why we are students of knowledge. So I'm reading from Preparing for the Greater Community, Chapter 9, Finding Knowledge. Gaining a greater community understanding and perspective is certainly quite essential in preparing for the greater community itself. But alone, this would not be enough. Here, you could not rely simply upon the power of your intelligence or your will in order to gain the discernment that you would need in order to function within a more complicated mental environment. You would need more than mental power or willpower in order to function successfully in this environment. For no matter how powerful you might become as an individual, your power will be insignificant compared to the power of the group mind that represents the real dynamics of interaction in the mental environment within the community itself. Therefore, here, you must call upon a greater power, a greater intelligence, a greater strength within yourself. We call this knowledge. It is represented by your ability to know. When we use this word knowledge, we're not speaking of a body of information or a set of ideas or something that you could learn of in a university. We are talking about the potency of your spiritual mind. Very few people understand what this really is. Perhaps they accept that they have a spiritual nature. Perhaps they can accept theoretically that they are spiritual beings, that there is something eternal about them, and that this connects them with the divine. But in order for this to be truly relevant here, and for your spirituality to be truly comprehended, you must recognize that your spirituality represents a mind within you, a greater mind, a mind beyond personal mind with which you think and calculate. We call this mind knowledge. It is the knowing mind within you. And its importance in understanding your ability to function in the mental environment is critical. Knowledge possesses for you your true mission and purpose in life. It has maintained for you the greater understanding of why you have come into the world, who you must meet, and what you must accomplish. That is not to say that everything that will happen is preordained, but that you have certain things to accomplish and certain relationships to establish within the context of this individual life. This represents your destiny within the world, and the knowledge of this destiny and the power to discover it and fulfill it reside within knowledge within you. Some people will ask, well, is this the subconscious mind? And I say, no, it is not the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is still a part of your personal mind, the mind that is directly connected to your physical experience. Knowledge represents your eternal mind, your spiritual mind, but it is not simply a being. It is a mind that thinks. It is a mind that has a purpose and a mission and a direction in life. When you begin to come close to knowledge, when you take the steps to knowledge, you begin to experience and to receive the great purpose that knowledge has for you. And in time, you will come to fully realize that this purpose is your own and that it represents your true desire and your true will in life. The reclamation of knowledge represents the essence of spiritual discovery and spiritual development. Knowledge is waiting to be discovered and reclaimed. Should you become a student of knowledge and travel the way of knowledge and learn to live the way of knowledge, then eventually your personal mind and the greater mind within you will unite and become one. Here, you will become fully integrated, and your power and meaning and potency as an individual will become fully demonstrated in the world. Knowledge is calling for you, even at this moment, to come to it, to receive its wisdom, to receive its counsel, and to receive its direction as your own. This is the great spiritual calling within you, and it is occurring at this moment. For the world is emerging into the greater community, and there is a great spiritual calling in the world that will enable people to realize this and to prepare for it accordingly. Knowledge within you knows what this means. It knows how important it is. It knows what role you will play, and it knows exactly where you must go and whom you must meet in order to achieve this. Please join me now in a 30-minute stillness practice. Take whatever time you need to read your own step and enter stillness when you are ready. Nase Navara Karam. While we are in this place of stillness, I'd like to share a passage from the New Message, speaking about the messenger. Tonight, I've chosen to read from the New Messenger, Chapter 2, The Origin of the Messenger. Marshall received this on August 1st, 2012, in Boulder, Colorado. People have no idea what it means to be a messenger, or how messengers are selected or prepared. They want to worship heroes or deny them altogether. They want to believe the messenger is the message, but the message is always greater than the messenger. People will base their whole view and approach on their attitude towards the messenger, but the message is always more important. People cannot live with the message, so they obsess over the messenger. But they do not understand the messenger. They have no idea where the messenger comes from and how the messenger is selected above and beyond everyone else. Many people think there cannot be one messenger. There must be many messengers, or they themselves should be a messenger. And to a world of separation, one representing a greater union will be misconstrued and misperceived. It cannot be avoided. The angelic host, the angelic assembly, selects the messenger for every particular world where a messenger is required. And a messenger is only selected at times of great change, difficulty, and opportunity for a race, for a given world. Such great turning points only come very infrequently. Despite the great events that are occurring in your world at any given time, messengers will only come very infrequently. In the interim, there will be prophets giving warnings or setting standards for behavior. There will be visionaries. There will be reformers. There will be advocates. But the messenger brings a whole new reality. This individual is not simply one who gives warnings of the great hazards of the future or the present day, or provides higher standards or a greater vision of peace, cooperation, and equanimity amongst the human family. But there are many who can do this. But only a messenger from God can bring an entire new reality and change over time the awareness and the consciousness of large numbers of people, even affecting the attitudes of the entire human race. A prophet cannot do this, for prophets speak of what's occurring now or in the near future. Their prophecies are not for all time and all peoples. They are specific to certain peoples and places and events. Those who teach a higher standard, they must reinforce a standard that has already been given many times over by others who were called to such a valuable service. But the messenger brings a whole new reality. They are not charged with meeting every need of the day or resolving every problem or crisis of the hour. They are bringing something to change the whole approach and future of humanity. Messengers are condemned and crucified and destroyed because people do not get what they want from the messenger. They do not get wealth or greater security or advantages or special favors, endowments from God. The messenger points to the present and to the future and brings a new reality into the world. People who are needy and ambitious do not get what they want in the moment from this. And so they turn away from the messenger. They deny the messenger. They condemn the messenger. They are looking for someone who is going to benefit them right now in the ways that they want and prescribe. They have no idea what they're looking at. They have no idea what they are judging. They have no idea what their greater needs really are, the need of their soul. This is a dilemma for all peoples in the world, rich or poor, from any nation or culture or religious affiliation. They are not yet aware of the great need of the soul. Those few who are reaching within their traditions or beyond their traditions. They are reaching to find this connection inside, this connection with God, and this connection with their future and their destiny and their purpose for being in the world. Everyone else is like cattle grazing in the field, only content to have feed for the day and more pleasures for tomorrow, and to be protected, either legitimately or illegitimately, from the hazards of the world. God speaks to those who have and those who have not. God speaks to those who rule and those who are ruled. God speaks to those who are honest and those who are dishonest. God speaks to those who are rich and those who are very poor. A messenger brings a message for them all. He is not a reformer. He is not just an advocate. He is not just a visionary. He is not just a prophet warning of the consequences of hazards in the world today. He brings a reality for everyone who can receive him in humility and honesty. And his presence in the world will cast in contrast everything else that is deceptive and manipulative and self-serving and grievous and unforgiving and angry. His origin is from beyond the world. He was selected and prepared by the angelic presence to enter into the world at a certain place and a certain time. I pray each of us will recognize him, honor him, and serve him as well as those who sent him in his remaining time on earth and beyond. Let us spend a few moments together to be with Marshall and send him our love, strength, commitment, and gratitude. Now, see if there are others in the world or in your life who need to receive this strength as well. If so, spend a moment sending strength or another quality to these individuals. Ase, Navara, Karam. Thank you all for coming, and may the presence be with you.